are too. Right. We're getting better at being in tune with it, but the animals do sense it. Right, definitely. Right. I have one last testimonial I'd like to read.
And let me say this. If you're just tuning into the show, you see the website at the bottom of the page. We're talking about spiritual response therapy. Janice is a practitioner. She's been trained, and she works with people over the telephone to clear all types of issues. How about money? That's a big topic for people nowadays.
Okay. That's an issue with everybody.
Yeah.
I can't actually sit down and give you the lottery numbers. That's a big no-no.
Okay.
But what I can do is clear any blocks you may have for financial abundance or abundance. That does work because last time, one of the times I did clear, I got a sudden feeling. I said, Mom, let's go to the casino. And I come home $200 richer. So yes, I'm not saying, I'm not guaranteeing that, but you have to be very much in tune with what your spirit is saying to you. Right. It's a feeling, it's an urge. Some people have a whisper. So you've got to listen to these energies and to your spirit, actually, to your spirit. Be aware of what's going on.
I know in my own life, I have found places where I had a traumatic experience, and I literally turned away from my own spirit. So you could probably go in and clear those kind of blocks.
Oh yeah, that's that would be under the line of spiritual suicide because you're denying your spirit side of yourself.
Right. It's so hard because we think our mind is supposed to do everything.
Yeah.
And so I'll speak for myself, I take these steps forward, and then if I get disappointed, it's like this knee-jerk reaction. I blame God. I did my part. I took the steps.
Where was the support? Right?
Where's the result?
Right.
Where's the beef?
Right.
And that's, I've really had to work on that.
Right.
That being developing patience,
right.
Knowing that my good is God's interest for me.
Right. To win, to win the lottery, that's easy. Okay. But look at what the results, the better results you have from a more financial security by working at something you love. The rewards you get doing a job that you love.
Right.
Things like this, these are all abundance that go hand in hand with financial abundance.
Right.
Winning the lottery doesn't.
Well, statistically, there's been a couple of books written of people where they went and studied the winners of lotteries.
Right.
Statistically, it's something like 75% of the people end up worse off in a year or two than they were before, because all that lottery money did was act as an amplifier.
Right.
And whatever their confusions were around love or money or relationships or themselves,
those all haven't changed.
Right.
So financial abundance can come in a lot of different ways. Abundance itself. You can have an abundance of love or togetherness in your family. So abundance and financial abundance come in a lot of different ways. You just have to be aware. When I left my ex-husband, I kind of said, please help me. So I left it out there. I was hoping for the lottery. Nope, that ain't what happened. But I got out of the marriage anyway, so it came out to be a good thing. But at the time, it was very traumatic.
Yeah.
So you be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. And what I was going to say, in these disappointments, what I have found is that oftentimes, there's always a greater good that I'm not seeing. That I can't see from my 3D mind. And I have to have the faith, the trust to follow these breadcrumbs, if you will, of my higher self, and step into that knowingness and that peace that comes when you do really follow your higher self.
Right.
That's the greatest happiness there is.
But because most of us don't know what that is, it's something to be fearful of, and all that's too much trouble, this and that. Money's going to help me better, things like that. Working hard at a job I really hate is what I'm supposed to do here on earth. But the rewards of being in touch with your spiritual side are greater than you can even imagine, and I'm still exploring those. And like you said, there are just so many levels of what our spirituality is. it's almost mind-boggling. It
It's a
really
huge
is.
project.
Yeah. Just learning about SRT and the different avenues and venues of all these things here, and we've only touched the tip of the iceberg here. It is just amazing. I just can't even describe it. It really is just amazing. And the concept of how small and how large we are at the same time. It's just mind-boggling. It really is. All right, let me read this last one. One more.
Interject one thing here. We're getting close to the end of the program, and I want to say, if this is an interest to you, what we've been talking about, please go to my website. Call me. You can call Janice. Also, Janice has a website. You can get that through the show's website, which you see at the bottom of the screen, and take a chance. Take a chance and explore something new. You know, there's a saying that if you keep doing what you've been doing, you'll keep getting the same results.
Oh, that's so profound.
And this might be a doorway, and there's no downside. You know, there's no it's not like going to a doctor and taking medicine and having a reaction to the medicine. This is all spiritually good.
Mm-hmm.
There's no negative type thing that can happen. So I just want to encourage people to please have an open mind and take a moment to ask yourself internally, follow your own intuition.
Okay.
So if you would, read this next testimony.
All right, last one. When Janice did one of my first clearings, she mentioned something I had forgotten about all these years. She laughed and asked me, "What's this about you kissing a boy in a closet?" I immediately started laughing as I remembered this in an early age. There was no way she could have known anything about the kiss. I was only 5 years old. Scary. In a more recent clearing, I was having pain in my hips and joints. I could hardly move or walk at times. With my doctor's permission, the clearing revealed that in a past life I had been severely injured in my hip area. A few days after the clearing, I woke up and found I could go up and down the stairs and run around the house with ease. I realized my pain was gone. I could move, bend, run, skip, something I hadn't been able to do in 2 years. In another clearing, Janice discovered that I am an empath. I was very sensitive to other people's energies. I have learned with Janice's help how to protect myself from other people's energies. I feel excited, rejuvenated, light, and as if a weight had been lifted from me. I'm so thankful and grateful for these clearings. I feel more confident and able to handle things better. I do want to remind you, too, this isn't a typical reaction with this person from Ohio. Again, SRT does not claim to heal in any way, shape, or form. That's to be left up to the medical profession. It's also not a psychological or counseling either. So please don't take it that way. This is just this person from Ohio, what she had written to me, and I'm just giving you word for word what she said.
Well, and that's a strong statement.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
That's the only reason I read it, because it is such a strong statement for her.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got a few minutes left in the show here. Anything you think we should get across here to the? We haven't covered?
I would really love to have everybody do a clearing session at least once. Mainly because one thing that's keeps coming to mind in a clearing session, one of the energies that could be held over from another lifetime is race beliefs. Okay, even though we may not be prejudiced in this lifetime, they still can hold over, and bits of anger here and there you may feel. Wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could all get rid of that energy?
Boy, that's the truth.
Yeah. So there are energies that can affect the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just little bits that everyone can do.
Mm-hmm.
You go into a grocery store feeling happy-go-lucky and everything. You come out kind of miserable and angry. You may have picked up other people's energies.
Yep, that happens.
They're trying to get rid of them. They don't know about SRT, so they're getting rid of them the best way they can. And that's dumping them on someone else.
And we go into resonance. If we're not conscious enough, I mean, I don't want to get the idea across here that you have to have SRT to keep clearing you all the time. Because my experience is once you get clear enough, you're more aware, and you see these energies, and you start feeling, you go, oh, no, I don't want that, and it's gone. It doesn't stay in your system. It's only when we're at a slower vibrational rate ourselves that we can't perceive what's happening, and then we pick it up. Because there is the law of attraction, and
of course,
we don't get energies from other people unless we have that same thing inside of us. So by being conscious of that, you can actually use situations like that to go, oh, where did that come from? Why did I pick that up? And use it for self-exploration.
True.
So when someone comes to you for an SRT session, do they bring a list of things they want to work on typically?
Sure can.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever's bothering you, if you're not having a very good relationship with a family member, friend, husband, wife, child, if you're just sensing, world energies, anything that's going on at your job, why does my car keep acting up? I was in an accident, recently. What was those energies about? Anything that's going on in your life, we can clear it. Even things, what I'll ask you when you do make an appointment or talk to me about making an appointment, I'll ask you during the clearing session, what's been going on in your life? Is everything okay? Do you have good relationships? How was it with your parents? Did you have a good relationship with them? There may be energies going on there. Just anything and everything you're having trouble. A lot of times people will be accident prone. Those are actually programs going on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And some of them could be really big.
I thought of another analogy I want to share here. Back to the idea that we are a vibrational being. We're a spark of light inside of our body. We're a spiritual being having a human experience.
Yes, we are.
Now, I heard this analogy once, and it's like we're born and we're like a cork floating on top of the water. Oh, we're still connected to our spiritual realm that we came from, and we're happy. Babies are just happy. You don't ever see a baby born that's not happy, Oh, so we're floating this cork on top of the water, but then we start having thoughts, and energies from other lives can resonate with this lifetime. But we have those thoughts. Thoughts are matter. Thoughts have mass.
Yes,
thoughts have weight to them. So that cork starts to sink down, 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 down. So by the time we're in our 20s, we could have accumulated a lot of thoughts, our own thoughts, other people's thoughts. If we're multidimensional, other aspects of ourselves even. So here we are down the bottom of the lake here with all these thoughts. So clearing process is like SRT, and there's a lot of technologies like this coming out nowadays.
Right.
Clearing or just even our own self-responsibility can start removing those thoughts, so we start rising back up. And this is also, you could say, vibrational frequencies. As we start to rise back up to that connected space to our higher self or to our spiritual self, we're vibrating faster, and then we're happy again, and we're happy all the time.
Right.
That's our natural state.
Yes,
but it takes work, it takes dedication to find the ways to clear your cork, to free yourself of the baggage of life.
Yes.
And the saddest thing for me is someone that has that situation, has a lot of baggage on them, and they don't even understand the mechanics of what's going on.
Right.
And they blame themselves. And it's nothing wrong with them. It's just it's like, if you walked through a swamp, you'd come out the other side muddy.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with you. It's just part of living life. And in understanding this metaphysical viewpoint that we talk about here on the show on What's Next, we're going to be having a show